What's going on, everybody? It's ETAPRIME back here again. Today we're going to be talking about the upcoming ASUS ROG Ally X. Now, 2 weeks ago at the time of making this video, we did get word that the ROG Ally X is on the way. They also teased it in an image over on Twitter. As you can see, it's kind of sitting right over here on this shelf. Looks like we're getting that new black color. They also gave us a little more information like, yeah, it's going to have a bigger battery, better ergonomics. But today we got some major leaks. I mean, basically we know exactly what we're going to be getting with the ROG Ally X thanks to videocards.com. Now I'll leave a link to their article in the description. They were able to get their hands on some, I guess, press information. Not exactly sure what's going on here, but it looks like we're getting some pretty awesome upgrades. ASUS did say that this is not the ROG Ally 2. This is kind of a 1.5. They're calling it the ROG Ally X. And that's because they're actually going to be using the same APU, so we get that AMD Ryzen Z1 Extreme. It's got the same display, and I was really hoping for an OLED, but I do like the IPS they used in the original ROG Ally. 7-inch, 120Hz, it does support VRR, it's a really good looking display. But other than that, we weren't exactly sure what we were getting with the ROG Ally X, and yeah, this will be coming in a bit more expensive than the original ROG Ally. And word has it that they're not going to stop producing the original ROG Ally, at least not at the time of launch of the X. But here's the deal, with the new ROG Ally X, we're actually getting 24 gigabytes of RAM. Now in the original, we've got 16 running at 6400. This is actually going to be running at 7500 megahertz. It'll have a more ergonomic design, a little more round on those corners, as we saw with that image from video cards. They've also done away with the XG port, and in its place, we're getting a USB 3.2 Type-C, which is basically what we have on the original, but they've also added USB 4. So we get a USB 4 port here. Word has it, it will be running at 40 gigs, so connecting basically any eGPU will be super easy. Another major upgrade for the X is they've done away with the 2230 M.2 SSD, and now it's using a 2280 M.2 SSD, which is going to make it a lot easier and cheaper to get your hands on more storage. The cooling system has also been upgraded. The fans are now 23% smaller. The fins are 50% thinner, which increases airflow by 10%. We've got a new precision D-pad, so they've swapped out that old D-pad, and hopefully this does work a lot better for platformers and fighting games. It's 70 grams heavier than the original ROG Ally, bringing it up to 678 grams total weight, 36.9 millimeters thick, and if you remember, the original Ally was 32.4 millimeters. And really, this size and weight increase comes from the new battery upgrade. They've actually added an 80 watt-hour battery to the ROG Ally X, and this is going to give us a lot more runtime. Now, with this thing totally maxed out, we can still expect some really great runtime out of this handheld. And it's pretty crazy given that, they doubled the battery size here. The original ROG Ally has a 40 watt-hour battery, and with this coming up to an 80 watt-hour battery, they've only increased the weight totally throughout the whole system by 70 grams. So it's going to be a heavier system than the original, but I think it's going to be well worth it to have that double battery capacity. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to these upgrades for the ROG Ally X. Now, one thing we really need to kind of find out is the exact retail price of this unit. I'm sure it's going to be more than the original ROG Ally at launch, and there are some rumors floating around that $799 might be that base price tag. And some people have mentioned that this will be coming with a base 1TB drive. And given that we've got a 2280 drive now, we don't have to add an adapter like we did with the original ROG Ally. We can easily bring this up to 4 terabytes for a lot cheaper than we could using something like a 2230 M.2 SSD. But yeah, again, very excited about this. It's a little unfortunate that they didn't upgrade that screen to an OLED using one of their Nebula displays. I think that'll be coming with the ROG Ally 2 whenever that's announced or launched. But I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments below. Are these enough upgrades to get you to buy one of these? Are you going to sell your old ROG Ally? Did you not pick one up purposely to wait for something a bit better? But that's going to wrap it up for this one. As soon as I get some more information, I will post it in my community section, and I'm really hoping I can get my hands on one of these. I'd love to test out the new ROG Ally X. If you've got any questions, let us know down below. And like always, thanks for watching.